Hello, I'm David Pavlik, Water and Sewer Superintendent for the Town of Lexington. I will be explaining Article 13, which is requesting approval for funding to be used for a lead and copper program. As required by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, all public water systems in Massachusetts are required to comply with the lead and copper rule and with the lead and copper rule revisions starting October 16th, 2024. On December 16th, 2021, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced final revisions to the National Primary Drinking Water Regulations for lead and copper under the authority of the Safe Drinking Water Act, called the Lead and Copper Rule Revisions. The Lead and Copper Rule Revisions will identify the most at-risk communities and ensure systems have plans in place to rapidly respond by taking action to reduce elevated levels of lead in drinking water. Some of the major changes include requiring public water systems to inventory, identify, and make public the locations of lead service lines, and to develop a lead service line replacement plan by October 16, 2024. Note the requirements take effect on the first day of the implementation. To be in compliance, a lead and copper program must include a lead service line inventory. Completing a comprehensive lead service line inventory for both public and private portions that will be made publicly available. This comprehensive inventory project could include activities such as inspecting physical service lines, completing paper records, initiating a consumer lead service line identification program, but must include submitting the complete inventory to Mass DEP in a digital format specified by Mass DEP or an alternative format approved by Mass DEP that can be readily compiled into the Mass DEP data system. You also must prepare a lead service line replacement program for the public water system that complies with the lead service revision rule. Public water systems lead service line replacement plan needs to incorporate the Mass DEP public health protection goal by planning to replace all lead service lines in 5 years or as soon as possible. The rule change affects the ability to perform operational duties while reaching our level of service agreement, which is included in the Water System Asset Management Plan for the Town of Lexington dated October 2017. This plan is the operational guide for the water system management. Support of Article 13 allows the use of funding for lead and copper program. This program will enable us to continue meeting 4 significant level of service goals: compliance with the Safe Drinking Water Act, compliance with Mass DEP regulations, compliance with all state regulations, and respond to customers by next business day of receiving service requests. The benefits of a lead and copper program: we would mitigate potential health risks to the community associated with lead in the drinking water. This also allows Lexington to keep pace with other MWA communities that have successful lead and copper programs, such as Boston, Quincy, and Chelsea. One significant revision of the lead and copper rule is a definition of a lead service line. Now, any portion of a service line that is lead is considered a lead line. So if the connection at the main is lead, the entire portion of that service is considered to be a lead service. What I have here is an iron service that is lead lined. This is now considered a lead service. Another change is what is considered a none unknown or no material record on the service card. For example, if there's limited information that is considered on the service card, that is considered a lead service, which is the case with some of the older homes in Lexington. So how we would go about this: we would compile the first part of the lead program to review all record water plans. Then we would review the 14,000 service cards for detailed information. Again, if the service line is not listed on the card, that is considered a lead service line. The material survey must be completed by October 2024. A significant benefit of the meter replacement project, which was just recently completed, that was that each service was visited during the project. The meter was either replaced or retrofitted so it could be used with the automated reading system. During the visits, the meter installers noted the material type on the service lines. So to last count in December of 2022, we had 14,140 service connections, out of which we now know that we have 140 iron services and 160 material is listed unknown, which means that there are about 2% of the services that would fit into the category of a lead line replacement program. As you can see, the lead services are throughout the community, not just one particular area or neighborhood. We've asked the consultant to develop a project estimate based on estimated costs based on similar projects in other communities. First phase of the project would be a material survey and inventory, and their estimate was $142,000. This work will include an investigation of the entire service lines of the unknown service. This investigation could mean excavation to inspect the service line. Once a service line is determined to be a lead service, we will work with the owners of the private portion to complete a replacement of the service line. After we have a complete understanding of which lines need to be replaced, we will prepare contract documents for construction to have the service line replaced. This may involve permitting, for example, some environmental permitting. Once this is completed, we will prepare construction documents for bidding and we will bid the projects for construction. This is a potential project schedule if the article is accepted. We have the opportunity to use a zero interest loan through MWRA. This program is offered only to MWRA communities. A loan application can be submitted once a project such as this is approved. This schedule here would keep us on track with compliance for the 2024 deadline of a complete material survey. This program, if approved, would allow your community to strengthen the relationship with our partners at EPA and DEP and MWRA in continuing to provide an essential service to all Lexington residents. Lexington DPW has been in compliance with the lead and copper rule since its introduction in 1991. Thank you for your consideration of Article 13, which would create a lead and copper program for Lexington.